Well, hello world, Dr. Dan Graham coming at you live once again from Downtown Gilbert Healthcare, downtowngilberthealthcare.com. If you don't know who I am, then get on that website and check out my resume. So this week we're going to be going over whether or not you should get an attorney, my opinion on attorneys when you are in an auto accident, and what dictates a good attorney. So we're going to try and make this short and sweet and hard to beat, because remember, Dr. Dan is the man of the hour, the tower of power, coming down on your laser beam system, your satellite system, so you can watch me on your computer system and get educated about what is going on with auto accidents. So down to the chase. Should you get an attorney when you're in an auto accident? I always recommend yes, get an attorney. Find one that's good. In my opinion, what makes a good attorney is this: is that they figure out whether or not what the value of the case is. Okay. Now, some attorneys will roll over on the first settlement offer. You don't want those guys. You know, those guys making money in volume, and you know who they are. You know who I'm talking about. And the second thing is that you don't want such a bulldog attorney that will ruin the case. I've seen attorneys that will argue over a couple grand of a settlement offer, throw it before a jury, and the jury orders the victim zero. And the problem with that is that if you have an initial settlement offer from the insurance company and you take it to court, you have to get so much, and I think it's 10 or 15% more of an offer from the insurance company, or you end up paying the legal fees for that insurance company. Now, is that fair? That's the law. So anyway, that is a problem. So you want to make sure that you do not go down that road and get such a bulldog attorney that isn't willing in order to negotiate. They want to find out what the value of the case is, and then they always watch out for you, not for me. They, the attorneys always that I refer to, I can count them on one hand that I refer to that I'm really impressed with. But they will call me up and say, hey Dan, here's where the settlement is. We need your bill to be about here. Can you reduce a little bit? No problem on my side. I always say no problem at all, because you know what, let's make this right for the patient. If it wasn't for the patients, I wouldn't be in business. I wouldn't have the responsibility of treating them for the auto accident. I wouldn't earn their trust. So by all means, let's make it worth their while. Understand this, that attorneys usually make insurance companies pay more. So at least the attorneys that I use, they don't take money out of your pocket. They usually make the insurance company pay more, so they pay for themselves. But when you're dealing with an adjuster who's trying to catch you in pitfalls, we talked about the initial settlement offers on the last video, but what they will try and do is they will catch you in pitfalls, try and get you to settle out early. Once you get an attorney, they don't call anymore. And the only thing they're going to do is call the attorneys. And regardless of whether your attorney is, you live in Tolleson and they're in Mesa, you see them one time, and then usually the second time when you're picking up your settlement check. Now, if you are not in the downtown Gilbert area where Dr. Dan cannot treat you for an auto accident, say you're in Tolleson, you say, look, Dan, I hear you're good, but you know what? I need to treat someone out here because I can't drive an hour to see you. Do you have an attorney that you would recommend? By all means, call me up, 480-219-6354, and I will let you know the attorneys that are referred to. You can call them up, interview them, explain the facts of the accident, and go with someone that you feel comfortable with. That is the case. The attorney is also going to watch out for you as well, in the fact that they aren't going to let the doctors take advantage of you. If they're going to be able to know based off of the metrics of the accident, they're going to know whether or not your doctor is starting to treat you too much. If the bills are way out of sorts, if they need to talk to the doctor in order to reduce his bill. All these little things that you just don't think about. And most people, when they're initially hurt, believe me, they don't care anything about the money. They just want to get better. But once they're feeling better, then they start looking back. They're like, God, I have a lot of time involved with Dr. Dan's office. I got pain and suffering. I miss work. All of these different things. And then it comes into money when you're feeling better. And they want as much money in their pocket as possible. But in my opinion, a good attorney will figure out what the value of the case is, and then try and get that insurance company to belly it to the table with as close to that sum as possible to make this right for you. And whether they reduce the bill, or they ask the doctor or Dr. Dan to reduce the bill, that's a part of doing business, and I'm always glad to do it in order to help the patient out. But anyway, that's kind of the take on things. Understand that Your character is going to be called into question. They're going to review your social media history. So, you know, if you got posted on Facebook, Twitter, you know, how you're doing a bunch of illicit drugs and you're a partier and could care less about, you know, society or whatever, these things are going to come back to get you, because those insurance adjusters and their attorneys, they're going to try and bring that to the light to show other people that might be involved and say, hey, this is just a person that, you know, they're a loser, they're just trying to get money out of us. And believe me, if it goes to a jury, that can come into play. And if you go to a deposition, that is where you meet with their attorney, your attorney's there, and they basically see what type of witness you are for your case. And if you're an idiot, then you're going to get eaten up. And the good thing is that if you have an attorney, they can usually mitigate things in order to, you know, try and quell the damage down a little bit. Because, you know, say if you're just you know, say if you're just kind of stupid and do a lot of drugs and that sort of thing, then you're going to have some problems on your hand. If you're an upstanding citizen and, you know, you're just a normal person, you usually don't have anything to worry about. But understand that your past history is going to come into play. Also, something that comes into play is, have you been treated, excuse me, by a medical doctor, chiropractor, for the same issues? And they're going to try and, you know, bring something to light that says, hey, this is a pre-existing condition. So anyway, the attorneys know how to do how to take care of that. So anyway, bottom line is this: do I recommend an attorney? Dr. Dan recommends that you get an attorney. So if you don't know of one, then call me up. And before I lose my voice here, we're going to sign off, and we will get with you next week on the exam findings and also the treatment that's coming up as well. And then tune in to Dr. Dan the Man, my other YouTube channel, for the latest news in the health and fitness world. Dr. Dan, signing off. See you next week.